Hey there, everybody. Um, hopefully, hopefully you guys can see everything okay. Sorry, I haven't really been online very much. It's said I got back from New Orleans and I just need to take some time off, just to get away from everything. Also, been working on Endgame. I tried a couple times to do a editing live stream or kind of lessons, but I don't know how well it went. I just wasn't really happy with how it went. So I'll just kind of go over it. Here we go. There we go. So if you're looking to improve your editing, if you're looking where to start, there's a few programs. You don't really need to get Premiere or anything like that. DaVinci Resolve has free, and there's also a studio version as well if you want. So this is DaVinci Resolve. I've seen people work with it. I've tried it out. It's pretty decent. I work with Premiere. Like I said, you don't need to do that. Anything will work. And the best way of describing editing would be it's not so much like cutting out bad stuff. It's more about you have to think about it in the idea of you're taking of a series of images and you're creating meaning out of it. And I've explained Kuleshov effect where you take it was an old Soviet experiment in editing. I was about to say they took it steps further when they discovered it with Sergei Eisenstein and Bashir Potemkin. But Kuleshov effect: man stares, shove a man, and then you have a shot of soup. I'll pull it up quickly and show you. The main thing would be yeah. So this is Kuleshov effect here. I've explained it quite a few times before in the past. They have a shot and a child in a casket, sadness. Same shot, bowl of soup, hunger. Same shot, woman sitting on a couch, lust. So each of it creates a different meaning to shots. So that's something to really think about. It's about what creates meaning. And there's something called the rule of six that's in this book. He explains it. Walter Murch explains rule of six in the blink of an eye. So let me go and quickly pull it up. I don't have my book with me. I was actually reading it on my way up. So the rule of six would be, let me find it here. No, this is from Studio Binder. Okay, good. So rule 6 would be emotion, story, rhythm, eye trace, 2D plane of screen, 3D space. So emotion is the first thing you really think about. So if you have emotion, story, and rhythm, it overtakes people that will kind of forgive you for like eye trace and all that. If the emotion and the story work well. So that's something to consider. Emotion is always the most important. Rhythm, once you start editing, you'll notice a certain rhythm, and then you'll kind of notice when things are off, pacing, all that, and can it tell the story? Can you explain it? I trace, if the audience, especially in fight scenes, if they're going back and forth, that's why a lot of filmmakers usually shoot from the middle. Or you probably see me, like when I was doing fight scenes with Shockbreak, I kept it on the left side of the cursor, where I was putting the cursor, and the characters usually stay in the same place because it's easier. You can cut faster and all that. That's eye tracing. 2D plane of screen, that's your 180-degree rule. If you break the 180-degree rule, you'll send the audience in a moment go, oh, that's weird, and you kind of lose them in 3D space, is where they are in the scene it's set. So you want to give them a little bit of clarity. So these are kind of the main things to look for when it comes to editing. It's one of those things. The best way of describing it would be just, In the Blink of an Eye is a pretty good book. This guy, Walter Murch, edited Apocalypse Now and a few other films, mostly with Coppola, but it's good reading. I've like I said, I read it on my way up. I had 19 hours to kill, so I finished the book. I strongly recommend it for film editing. For anybody without a film background, just gotta know it's more than just cutting out bad stuff. It's just what you're doing is you're taking up serious images and you're creating meaning out of it in your storytelling. That's the best way of describing it. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing tonight. Like I said, I'm editing Endgame. It's going to be kind of boring because honestly, it takes me. I don't like do quick editing. I'll take my time. I'll edit something and then come back to it. And then if it works for me, it's fairly boring. And funny thing is, in the book, he describes, when Walter Murch was editing Apocalypse Now, it was like one edit a day, which is or 1 or 2 edits a day, and that's kind of ridiculous. But that's kind of the nature of it. Sometimes it takes me, like when I was editing a live action film for somebody that. Funny enough, he had in film festivals and such, so that's kind of interesting. But it took like hours just to do a simple scene. We were going back and forth and making notes, and yeah, it's kind of fun because we were trying to get to pacing the storytelling. We saw certain reactions up, like, oh, that works with this facial expression. Let's put it here, and back and forth. That's why I don't like working with camera switcher or shooting like multiple cameras on Unreal Engine. I usually do one. I do a single camera setup and I render constantly because there's certain moments where I'm going to go into the editing room, and there's certain moments I'm going to cut and cut and cut and cut, and then I see something, oh, that works pretty well, and I'm going to cut it, or I'm going to add it into my scene to create meaning. You see that a lot with Skygirl. I do a lot of shot reverse shot. There's certain things I look for pacing. It's hard for me to do it in Unreal Engine. It's easier for me to go into Premiere or in cut and kind of assemble everything. And I'll even move shots around completely. I don't really have a plan. Sometimes I'll shoot things completely, not in order. I don't shoot in order, weird thing. I usually shoot I'll shoot this scene and then I'll come back and it's all over the place. And then I have to make sense of it. But I do have a certain shot list and everything going by. But I don't need to do everything all at once. I don't need to make a whole scene. If I usually like to do shot reverse shot, and I like to add in stuff much later, and I'll come back and film things at least a month later or something like that, just to add meaning, and then I can cut it in, and you don't even notice the difference half the time, unless I really screw up the lighting, and that does happen. Anyway, that's my little editing rant, or little editing thoughts and stuff like that. The best way of describing it is just going in and it's more than just cutting bad bits or stuff like that, or cutting stuff. There is some element to that, but the main thing with editing your mind is you gotta create meaning. It's all about creating meaning. It's about moving the story along. It's all about pacing, and there's a rhythm, and once you kind of get that mindset, then you're going to do pretty well in your editing. Yeah, okay. So I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm just trying to catch up. Sorry, it's been a while. I know, it's been a long time. Might as well. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I don't like. That's kind of the main reason why I don't like. I shoot like constantly. Like when I render stuff, I don't do multiple camera setups. I mean, I like, or if I do like multiple camera setups, I shoot one at a time and one at a time, and I just wait for certain moments. So I'm just going to let me go make something quickly. Call this live streaming, and I should. That's probably the best way of describing it. Yeah, you're creating meaning and. So in a like I said, let's actually do an example here how I would approach a couple of things, things I can and can't do. So let's do that here. I'll show you guys. Ow, that's very loud. All right. Okay, let's just do plugins. First of all, I like having my camera, that, and my rendering, and let's bring in iclone here. And yeah, sure. Let's throw this guy in here. Let's probably have. Yeah, that's not good. Nah, it's not. On the plugins quickly. Yeah, you're looking for meaning in your shots, and that's kind of a main thing for filmmaking. It's a that's you're looking for meaning. You're looking for emotion in your shots, in your acting, in everything, in your storytelling, your environment. It has to elicit an emotional response. So otherwise, it's not going to work out very well. So. Yeah, sure. Let's throw in this guy here. I'm just wanting to do a little fight thing, so we'll just bring in some characters here. Doesn't matter. Do Caleb. We'll have him fight. Not that, but let's also go into Unreal. Actually, let's go to Fab and see if there's anything interesting. If you don't know, Fab does have free apps for the month. Got a couple of things. they're worth it, but that's up to you guys what you want to do. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Finding out the guy who created it. Yeah, he has Kyoto, which is, it's not bad. It's a pretty decent recreation of it. It's been on my list, but I haven't really had anything that warrants it, especially for the price. So, a couple things. There's a sci-fi jungle biome, and there's a elf and some wooden props here. It's fairly decent stuff, you know. It's free, so get it. Just thinking what I can get for this. I have the stuff I don't remember getting, which is, you know, it's kind of gotten to that point where I'm forgetting, like, oh, I don't know what to work with, or oh, it's gotten to that point where I'm just finding stuff in Humble Bundle or something. Yeah. First with salsa, let's just close this out for a second. And we'll get back to it. Mm-hmm. Alright, so let's just have these two characters fight. Alright, let's go with this. And stagger. And let's put it here. And then let's do 270. Sorry, iclone just has a tough time dealing with multi-screen setups. It's kind of annoying, to be honest with you, but that's alright. So we have a simple scene. You can adjust. So we'll use the camera here. But I'm not going to do facial expressions. I just want to show you how I'll kind of approach, and this is more of an of an editing thing. So let's just bring these characters into into Unreal Engine using Live Link here. So what I'm going to do is let's go to live streaming here quickly. I'm probably just going to build a basic set. Not going to download anything. So there's certain moments for the facial expressions here. So okay. So we have HQ shader. I'm going to apply it. Not that, but there's also a couple things I'm going to do. Let's go to shader. Just because it's going to piss me off. DOF. Do before. And then you go to tier line. Standard opacity, which be under mask. Put that under translucent. DLF. Before. Back to mask. Save it. We're just getting the annoying shit out of the way. I may have to do a couple more things like scalp and hair, but DLF before. Everyone knows. I think if you see my live streams, you know what I'm doing at this point. Nope, nope, nope. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Mask back to translucent. Yeah, today was Mardi Gras Day, but unfortunately, like I said, they had tornadoes down in Louisiana. It's kind of a shame. It's a shame. Hopefully they're alright. The South gets tornadoes around this time of year. Particularly like Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. They'll get tornadoes. Okay. So let's just make a simple set here. Let's go with empty level. And for the record, just do plain. Scale, let's do like 25. There we go. So this is where my character's gonna go. Like, hopefully none of them are subdivided, right? Nope. Okay. So we'll send those characters out to Unreal Engine. We'll include motion here, 60 frames per second, big tall animation sequencer, character here. We don't need light. I'll add light in. I don't personally like it, so let's go through here. Let's also make sure delete hidden mesh, and no, let's not do subdivide, and transfer. And once that's done, let's just also fix up my set here. Oop. Just bring in the characters in. Okay, we're done. We're done. I just want two characters to fight, so that's all. They're still going through severe weather tonight. Yeah, in Alabama. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. You get tornadoes. It's moving into Georgia now. It's getting that time of year. Okay, so let's go through here. Let's save the sequencer. Save all. Save level. It doesn't matter since. So we have these two characters here. Actually, let's go back to main, make sure they work. So you have two actors here. And let's play with some lighting. So we'll start off, yeah, they don't have the lights. That's okay. So what you do is, that happens a lot. I don't know why. It's a stupid bug. So I just take the 8 characters back and just re-import them. It's one of those things. That's okay. As long as you know where your characters are, you can even put markers down. It's one. It happens. Don't worry too much about it. So we'll put that here. Put them here. There we go. And they're good now. Okay. So we'll put this here. You know, I like make it. This is like my little lesson. I always make these kind of quick sets. But it just kind of gives you an idea what to work with. And don't worry, I'm not going to use this directional light. I personally don't like it. Okay. Yeah, it's overexposed, plus the lighting. When you have plain white lights and then you have something to bounce off of, yeah, all that light bounces off. So what it's doing is just bouncing the light back into your character. And it can be quite distracting. If anyone's ever driven in anyone's driven over snow, you know how it blinds you, that kind of thing, the albedo. So let's go through here. That's why I like to change the color to 5500. There we go. Okay, so let's put the character on the left. Alright, so camera work. I usually, for this, yeah, I would do a multi-camera set, like, even, yeah, I usually do multi-camera setups if I have, like, for fight scenes, but I usually render one camera at a time. I don't do multiple, so, let's do high-end camera. Okay, so this is like a GoPro. Okay. We're not doing GoPros. And at that, let's also increase it to 48 frames per second. And let's do 90. I may drop it down to 45 if I need to. Okay, make sure camera. Okay, let's drop the camera here. Let's actually not, let's keep the action. Let's do 2.39. Let's also, where's my squeeze? There you are. Make it anamorphic. And let's keep it to like, at least, let's do like a telephoto. I don't know if we need to do handheld, but let's not. I don't want to worry about that too much. So I have my shot here. All right, let's get going here. So what I do is kind of move the camera here. And the main thing is to keep the character within a certain part of the frame. Just keep them consistent. So and I may even like change camera here. So we have this, not that, but I also work on the focus here. So you can also time here. Yeah, there's no facial expression, but that's okay. This is just to illustrate a point. Not only that, but I also kind of pay attention to eye trace. We lock it down. Oh, I shouldn't have locked it down. Oh, well, now that's my fault. So with that, kind of have to keep it. We may have to change location scale. So location, I would do something like this. Yeah, so and then, you know, kind of move the camera around a bit, but keep the character within a certain amount of the frame here. So this would be, I would use a crane for this, but I'm just kind of showing you guys. I would just use a crane, you know. Because we're dealing with a lot of rotation. I would not keyframe the animation like this. I would use a, yeah, like I said, I would probably use a crane. Keep this character in focus too. Yeah, I wouldn't frame. I wouldn't even keyframe this, but this is just a quick lesson. This is just a dumb way of like. And I would even do like multiple cuts, like, you know, like if he's so I'd do like close-ups, maybe. We'll worry about that here. Yeah, this seems okay. Yeah, so we'll frame this here. Let's do 19. And video. This is just, I would put a lot more planning in the shots, to be honest with you guys. So this is probably not the best, but I would put a hell of a lot more planning. There you go. Okay, we're done with that. Good. So I'm going to duplicate the camera. I'm not dealing with that nonsense. So let's duplicate the camera here. Focus on him, but he needs to be here. So I'll probably put it like here for him. Sorry. So he's on the, like, kind of watch where I would put it. So I'll put him here. So I'll just watch like that. There. A lot of the shots here, you know, even though it's out of focus. So yeah, right there. Oh, god damn it. Okay. So here, probably, and then like this. Boom and boom. As long as it's in respect of the two. Okay. I'll see how this is probably just gonna be an incoherent mess, but we'll see. I'll probably cuss myself out and go, you stupid dumbass, look what you've done. You broke. Yeah, this is gonna be a mess. Yeah. I'll complain about it when I edit and go, okay, how am I gonna make this coherent? Good. Good God. But there's certain moments where I'm looking like, okay. For shits and giggles, let's duplicate the camera one more time. Listen, this is no plan. I don't have a plan of action. I just do it. So. But you notice how I kind of respect, like I said, what I'm doing right now is just kind of respecting the 180-degree rule. So he's always on the left, he's always on the right. So. Okay. So let's go into Premiere quickly. Let's import. Other scenes. So let's interpret it as 24 frames per second. We'll have to do this multiple times, but that's okay. Okay, so I have 3 shots. We'll start off with fight A. Problem is that if we play the video, it's slow. But the reason why I do this in 48 frames per second is it kind of remove. If you do it right, you, I forgot to set the motion blur. Oh well. It kind of reduces the chance of ghosting. So if I set the speed to 200. We should be good. So I usually start off here with 3 tracks. So we can start off here. So when we right through here, I usually start here, and we let here, but and there's certain moments here. So what I like to do is under this moment. So when he raises the kick, now you can do this continuously, but there's also one thing you can do. So what I like to do is like to pull forward just a frame or two, just like this. Even though if you do it right, especially when it hits, people interpret it as one. So you go boop like this. And especially when someone gets hit. This is something you see in, you know, in a Sammo Hung film or something like that. You know, they always do they always like to just add a little more frames here. So you just gotta be careful. So like that, so you don't even notice, but what it does is it adds a little bit more to the action. So when he takes a kick, not only that, but watch where the cursor is too. So if I do this right, so I look for a moment here. So when he raises, yep. Yeah, basically, yeah, he does that. He just takes a couple frames and moves it over. Because it's like it basically, the audience doesn't know. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, just kind of watch like the frame here. Even though what I would do is, let's go back to, I think it's B. So let's try B. Yep, classic police story. Yeah. So when he kicks, so right B, I would do right here, like when his leg swings, and we have, and we can swing just like this, and even though there's no facial expressions, anything like that. And then I can go back to C. Oops. Actually, maybe even A. Let's actually go with A. So yeah, this is where I kind of pay attention. So probably here. So when he takes a swing, so we can even, no, I didn't actually do anything for Chasm's Call. So I say here, so, and then we cut. Where's that shot of him getting kicked right in the face? Even though it's, yeah, I wouldn't even, yeah, I probably. No, I probably. Where's that shadow bay? Right there. So when he gets here, I'm probably gonna cut. So I'll have to find it. Couple of frames here. So when he gets kicked, and then so we'll have to find the shot where it goes right in the face, or a little bit here. So, and then where's C? We'll have to find C here. I would even like what I would do is I would do like a close-up. I would do a close-up of him getting kicked in the face, so I would go back and refilm it, and not only that, but add a facial expression, maybe even move back the kick so it doesn't go through his face. But if you get that like that moment, like that, if you do like a close cut of him getting kicked in the face and just add that moment of the facial reaction. It adds to a punch, you know. So where is C where he gets kicked? Because that's out of focus. I'll have to speed this up again. What software was it done in? Well, the animation and all that was through like iClone, but this is Unreal Engine. Probably do it here. So, like I said, you can create your own. You can create your own time and space. Up. Did I break the 30-degree rule? I think I did. So I probably have to go back and yeah, I probably broke it. Whoopsie daisy. Probably go through here, let him stumble a bit. And there's a moment here, probably he would be pissed, so. Yeah, I gotta be mindful of the 30-degree rule. Make sure that no cuts are less than 30 degrees, otherwise it kind of confuses the audience a bit. And we could probably even add a couple more frames here, just so they can process the information. There we go. Yeah, editing's fun, and you can even tell like there's a certain rhythm too. So boom, boom, boom. Even then, we can even add. We probably get away with a couple more frames too. So it just adds to the rhythm. Yep, pretty much. Yep, or yeah, you can use Premiere or DaVinci or whatever. Yeah, as long as there's a rhythm, boom, boom, boom. You kind of see the rhythm. You feel like you'll feel a rhythm, boom, 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 boom. Like, and then we cut. So when he swings, let's try B and sorry, are we at B or are we at C? Let's try C when he tries to take a swing here. I should stop doing this. This is a waste of time, but so yeah. Let them process the information a bit, see? And yeah, that would be fine for a shot. So, something to pay off. Yeah, I would definitely insert like him getting kicked and then stumbling, boom, 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 in a rhythm. Let's do the cursor test. Yeah, that one, I would have reshot this one. I would have pushed, I would have moved him a little bit more, but the eye trace should be okay. It's not going to throw you off a bit. But a really good fight here, like that, would be if he's, like, if I could just leave my cursor and he would stay in the same place. That way we can cut and cut and cut and cut and cut and cut, cut, you know. You can do really rapid cutting. You can make it, and people would follow it. And yeah, I would have done facial expressions and all that, like them getting hit, punched, and highlight that. Especially if a character gets smacked in the face, you do like a close up. You would do a close up of them just taking the hit. And you kind of notice the camera follows. You know, it's a shot, it's a reaction there. Hold on, did I? I don't think I violated the 30-degree rule, did I? No, I don't think I did. Nah, it flows. Yeah, I would have, like, certain moments, a lot more close-ups, I guess. But this is just something I quickly did. Like I said, if I went, I would kind of take notes. Like, okay, let's actually get the camera over here this time. Probably more in focus, more close-ups. I write a few notes what to take, and then once I start editing, what am I making? I'm just messing around. I'm doing like this is kind of like an editing live stream, I guess. Some people were wondering about my process. So I thought a fight scene just to show what I can do for editing. Oh yeah, the mistake I made. If we go down here, the motion blur. One thing is, I think yeah. Let's have a look at the motion blur. Yeah. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a. This would have been okay. Yeah, that's fine. Because I actually did reduce the amount of motion. Yeah, this should be okay. Like a short film or a series. I'm actually working on something right now. I'm editing. That's why I'm kind of doing this live stream. Like I was doing work with Endgame, but now I'm just editing it. So I don't want to. It would be kind of a boring stream of me just going through like making shots. Like I said, I'll cut maybe a couple times, and I get bored and I I think about it or I have to go back to something. For me, I would just like take notes. Okay, I gotta reshoot this and reshoot this and go back and forth. Like, I probably do like a close up here. So let's stop piloting. So I would probably make like another camera. Not that, but let's also emphasize. Let's go with at least. I'm gonna keep it to 95mm. Pilot this. Find out when he gets punched in the kicked in the face. So you can tell the foot went. Yeah. You can tell the foot's right in the face here. So I would do like little moments here. So I would kind of do little shots here and then render it and then cut it together. So for him, so let's find out. I think it's this guy. There's no facial expressions. That's just something I threw together quickly. So I would do, okay, let's just, I mean, if you ever seen like pro wrestling or something like that, if you ever seen like, I had a roommate in college who constantly watched pro wrestling. So I would, and I had I was studying television production, and immediately like one thing I immediately picked up on is like the referee's the director. And there's like a heavy coordinated event. There's probably a tech director back there. There's 3 or 4 camera people trying to capture the right angle because sometimes you'll see like bad cutting, apparently, or bad. They'll cut to a shot and it's way off, but with the right camera angle, the right blocking, you can, like, this person could be miles away, but with the right camera setup, you won't tell. Yeah, I think there's some latency. So I would do this. So, just boom, right there. So I kind of cut. So we can even add this shot and I can show you right there. Yeah, sorry if it's a little slow. So I would probably put the camera here. Yeah, if you put the shot in the wrong place, yeah, if you put it in the wrong place, you kind of see it miss like a mile away, but. So yeah, that's another little secret. Is like if people are getting hit and such, and it goes through, sometimes I'll just pull it back, frame it, and then cut. And then edit it later in post. None of that, but yeah, I'll do. Just frame this and this, and then we'll go back here. And I wouldn't even call it this. I would be a lot more specific, but like D, like punch in the face, but. So we'll add that in quickly. God damn it. There we go. So where's that shot where he gets kicked in the face? So we can even cut this. And put this a couple of frames back here. Boom. And see how this works. I just want to see if this will work here, so I'll go back and say, okay, let's try that here, and then have him get kicked right in the face. 24, but not only that, but I'll probably you kind of saw it going a little too fast. So what I'll do is I'll speed it. This is the reason why I also add frame render in 48 frames per second for these high action scenes. I can just change the speed. Just boom. What do you work on for EA? Oh, nice. Would love to do like cinematics for stuff, but see how it runs with rhythm. Oh. Yeah, that's going a little too fast, so we can have here. Boom. And then so do that. Pay attention. And there we go. Oh, even a little bit more to the pace, but that's the fun part of editing. You can edit time and space, even though kind of saw how I can manipulate it. Boom. And you even tell just that. Sorry, I'm just doing the whole Emerald Lagasse thing, but you can tell just adding that close up when there's a hit, just like that. Even adding a couple frames before the audience interprets it, people will see it as one and like that. And it just adds an impact too. So you just need the facial expressions. And then, you know, it'll take like a couple of hits, but none of that. But if I do like 2 fight scenes or fight animations, there's a moment where it's like breathe and then fight, breathe and fight, and breathe and fight. That way I can do multiple I don't have to go through the trouble of making one huge fight scene. I can do multiple fight animations. And not that, but you see the facial expressions. Maybe someone's frustrated. You show the frustration, show them anger. Boom. You know, like a shot. Facial expressions mean everything. So you can tell there's no. It kind of feels a little weird, but I think with the right facial expressions, it would mean a whole lot. Especially when he gets kicked in the face. And so you just go. And you just feel it right there. Trying to see. Sometimes that's it. It's okay. You know, it's all right. I working on Warhammer 40K fan film. Oh, all right. Huh. Because oh. Here, let me show you something a lot more advanced, I guess. But let's see. I guess I don't have it, but I guess I do. You can completely go nuts with it. Yeah, we're getting real severe weather. So this is just something. I think I have it. Let me check. Let's just start here. Make sure. I know I have it here. Sorry. So yeah, this is. Good God. Yeah, let's go with 35. Yeah, or 45. Sorry, let's go with 45 just to show you. So yeah, I did it all in one take here. There's not much of a fight, but I wanted the audience to really feel this this brutal fight here. Yeah, Bosons aren't strong, but gets the job. Well, yeah, I think this is tough as. No, wait. No, who did this? Oh, this came from like one of Qwerty's things. This finisher. Yeah, I think I saw this, how brutal it is. I'm trying to think how to capture it. I'm not really much of an animator. I'm more of a camera person and all that stuff. Editing camera work is kind of like what I like to do. So I was trying to think like how to. So this stuff was freaking keyframed. Sorry, the camera work was keyframed. It was kind of like I think what was that? It was adjusting shutter angle to like 22. I think it was 22 degrees or 22.5 degrees. It's either 22.5 or 45 degrees, so there wasn't too much of a. There's not too much motion blur with this one. It's kind of choppy too. Kind of feel it. I just wanted the audience to feel the impact here, and yeah, there's no motion blur with it. It has. Well, there is some motion blur for some stuff, so it has to be like 45. Yeah, there's barely anything compared to this. Because this stuff was mocapped. I think the guy who did it was keyframed, or sorry, he did it by hand. No, it was. I think it was 45. It was not 22.5, but it was 45. It was. What was it? Sorry, let's have a look here for you guys. So I'm using the Cinematop a camera tool for Unreal Engine. So go down here. Yeah, shutter speed 124. No, did something else. Yeah, put it at 90, so it'll give you some motion blur. Obviously, the lower you go. If you do 45, more action scenes will do like a high shutter, or sorry, they'll do no, not high. It's getting late. I'm not thinking straight. What was Saving Private Ryan? Because Saving Private Ryan had a really, like the Omaha Beach scene had a really extreme. It was extreme. Let me look it up. And how you can tell, like, let's see. It was the scene with Omaha Beach. So. Let's see. That's Kaminsky. Let's see what was Kaminsky's. Yeah, he was doing 45 and 90. I think he did probably even lower. He was doing it lower because you could see the dirt and everything fly off from that scene. You don't. That's insane. It's insane. I don't want to. Yeah. What? Let's have a look. Where's Kaminsky? Let's see. I want to see what he was doing with this. Yeah, he's doing 45, but it has to be lower. The reason why is he wanted to do like he wanted, like Spielberg and Kavinsky, they wanted to do like you were at the beach, and so you can see the dust and everything kick up and the sand kick up really well without much of the blur. Yeah, he was going extreme with it. I'm trying to look it up here. I don't even see. Do animations. Normally I just drag in the second guy's transform. I block it. I normally just drag. Yeah, sometimes I just drag it. Sometimes, like I said, if there's some dual, like a fight scene, as long as you move your camera and you're clever with it, you can hide certain stuff. Like I mentioned the pro wrestling thing where they have to put the camera, or not only that, but Hollywood scenes too. If you line your camera right, you can actually make a punch like a bunch far away. But yeah, display it. Yeah, sorry, my brain's kind of shutting down. It means I gotta sleep, but yeah, as long as like you can line it up, but it depends. If you're doing animations, you can just cheat with your camera work. You can have, if someone's getting punched, if you set your camera right, you can hide it. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm just looking up a couple things here. Let's see. Default. Wonder. Yeah, this if you really want to improve your camera work, go to Roger Deakins' site. Roger Deakins is just takes a little bit of time. Yeah, you're gonna have to make adjustments. You can also adjust it in Unreal Engine. You can adjust the animation a bit. So, and sometimes that's something I would do. I would probably go into animation, like you saw me just adjusting the character. Sometimes I will then I'll just cut and cut and cut. Sometimes you don't have to be perfect in your animation work or anything like that. They don't need to land the punch 100 times. You can just have them move and then cut. As long as the cutting's right, you can cheat. If you can work with your editing and everything, you kind of saw what I was doing with that close up. Those are the things I like to do. If something doesn't look right, I just go back and refilm and then cut and just edit it in. Like him getting kicked in the face. Does it work all the time? No, but it doesn't work. But it's worth a shot. Yeah, Roger Deakins' site. It's a great resource. You can look through it. Motion of lenses. I want to see what they have to say. Nope. Longer lenses depends. It depends what you want. Close up with wire lenses creates a sense. So yeah, that's an old Coen Brothers thing. They always do that. And that Deakins was a cinematographer for Coen. Brothers. I think he still is, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen their recent work, but actually, well, no, I think they like one of the brothers is directing. I don't know what the other one's doing. Yeah. Yeah, they're both doing their own thing. And Roger wasn't done. Yeah. Yeah, Roger's not directing them, or wasn't the cinematographer. No, not in the last one. Not. I think Hail Caesar might have been the last one. Yeah, well. Yeah, this is more. Yeah, this is more camera based. Longer. Yeah, this is more camera stuff, but it's still important. I would treat camera work and editing with a lot more, with just with some care and everything. Because you can have really good animation and all that, but if your camera work is shit, nobody really like. It's not going to have this. Like if your camera work doesn't reflect it very well, it's kind of just gonna be blah, It's not going to complement it, It's not going to. It won't have the same impact as It won't really have same impact as like if you put something far away and then you have a really good animation, or you're not utilizing close-ups or medium shots or whatever, or even lenses. Yeah, it's a lot. Oh boy, sorry, I'm just rambling on. I'm not really. I'm getting really tired out, but it's important, like knowing what to cut. And you even saw like what you can do with editing. You can edit your time and space and everything. So but I don't know if this will help, but yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna call it a night, but he has more of a flow. Yeah, it could be better. I'll probably go back to it in the morning, or like sometimes like I'll go back to it and go, oh, what the hell is this, and then I change it. What is this? But it's okay for what it is. I can easily tell what I can do better. That would be fine, but a lot more. Like what I would do is I would also do like an insert. I would do like an insert of him just for a moment reacting before, I would do like an insert. Actually, no, I wouldn't. But yeah. No problem. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest, but I think a well placed shot and everything has it's part of it's a part of an important step, filmmaking and all that. Yeah, it shouldn't be neglected. Same with editing. That's what I meant earlier. It's not like cutting bad bits together, or cutting out the bad bits. It's about combining images and everything to create meaning, creating something. So that should do it. Hopefully this. I don't know what I'm gonna do in my next one. I'll probably do. I might do like camera work or something. Show like how I do a shot, or what would go into a scene. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.